Page 32, For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. This piece is in a lot of books. One arrangement or another. This is kind of a fun arrangement. It's 2 pages long. Treble and bass clef, 3/4 time signature. We got quarter notes, half notes, dotted half notes. And they're introducing a new symbol at the top, the fermata. The fermata simply means that you hang on to the note wherever it is a little longer than normal. How long? There's no rule. What feels right. When I play it with a metronome, I just double the value of the note and hold it that long because I have to stay with the metronome. But you see the fermata, like on measure 12 above the staff here, has a fermata over it. It means instead of holding that 2 counts, because it's a half note, you'd hold it longer than that. But we don't know how much longer. You have to feel it. If I play it with a metronome, I'll hold it for 4 counts instead of 2. Just hold it because I stay with the metronome. And you get the fermata again on measure 36. Same thing. Let's look it over. Right hand, coming on a pickup beat. You're here. 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't think I need to show you too much here. The trickiest part would be in measure 12. Here, it's a little weird the way they've done this. The right hand is playing the C and the F. This is where you are anyway. And the left hand is going to cross over and play that A. I'll get to that when I get to the left hand. So you just go in here, and then you go on. Speaking of left hand, at the beginning you get the C chord. That's tied for 2 measures. Every note is tied, has to be. And then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, rest. Then you get G7 chord. And that's tied for 2 measures. Isn't this fun? And measure 12, again, the left hand is, you've had rest, you come over the right, because the right is here. You come over the right, here, and you play the A with the left hand, or right hand. Here, and then play the quarter note, and the right hand goes on. And then you come back down. That's the trickiest part of the left hand. Put the notes together, it's here, together, these are together, and these are together. You have a rest in the left hand there, and then G7 chord. These, and then here, and it's an E in the left hand now. There, see? And then a rest in the left hand, and then when we get to measure 12, you're up here, and then the left hand plays the quarter note, and then the right hand goes on. Rest. Then the left hand gets the melody. You cross over the thumb. I don't like this fingering, but we need to practice the crossing over the thumb, so I'm going to leave it where it is. If I were playing this, just playing it, I would not finger it this way. But you need this practice. You don't have to stay all scrunched up. Just here and then stick the thumb back under. There. So, at the last line there, on page 33. That's measure 37, you're here. Just reach up to the octave in the right hand, and you play that together with the chord. So you work out the hands together, and then go back through it and work on the treble spots and get rid of the hesitations. You should play most of this without looking at the keyboard. The time you have to look down is when the left hand has to come over here. Here, and that part. You got to look down for that. As far as the articulation goes, they don't give you any. Put in the phrases. Connect them. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up. Lift up between the phrases. You can follow the words there for the just like taking a breath is all. Dynamics will go to the melody wherever it is. Mezzo forte, the sort of loud. These chords need to be soft. Measure 10 and 11, you got the hairpin to get louder, you're going to go up to loud. And this is the melody here on measure 12. That's played, this is softer. Here, and you're staying loud. You see the F there on measure 12, forte for loud, and then measure 16, staccato, and back down to moderately soft now. Sort of soft, and then pick up to measure 25, go back up to moderately loud. The left hand is soft here. And you do it some more there on page 33. At the end, the last note is loud because of the accent and staccato. Yeah, just bounce off. Speed, well, have fun with it. You don't have to go that fast. You take it at your speed, but keep it all consistent in the speed except for the fermata. You hold the fermata down as whatever you feel like. Now, couple of things here. We want to feel the natural accent, the first beat of the measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. The left hand helps because it's playing on that, but it's at the beginning here. It's to here. Don't go time, because the listener will think that first note is the first beat of the measure. And it needs to sound like to here, to here. Feel these natural accents as you go through this. Don't force them, just feel them. And on this fermata, you're wondering how long to hold it. Well, you'll hold it what feels right. In most cases, you'll find that what feels right is actually a certain number of beats. Because even when you're holding it, the beat continues. You feel the beat even though you're holding the note. And the listeners will too. But you don't know how many beats you're holding it because you're not counting them. You're just feeling it. And then you'll go on. But I think you'll find even in here, you're probably holding it maybe 6 or 8 or whatever beats. Just feel right and then you'll go on. It just happens. You don't have to make it happen. It's just an observation. Also, they didn't put it in here, but as far as interpreting it goes, you're building up here from measure 9, 10, 11, and 12. Here, you're building up there. A lot of times they'll slow that down a little bit. Put in a retard there. Here, and then take off. That's interpreting the music. There's no retard written. There's nothing to tell you to slow down or change the tempo. And when you're learning it, you don't. You play it like it's written. But when you get into interpreting it, you may feel that retardando. That doesn't mean every time you feel like a retardando, it's okay to do it, to interpret it, because it's not. It depends on the kind of music. This is just a fun piece. So, yeah, have fun with it. Let's play it together slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. Not going to do any dynamics. The fermatas, I'm going to hold 4 counts instead of 2. I'll give us 2 counts to come in because we come in on beat 3. So I'm going to go ready, go. And then we go, but we're going to go slow. Ready, go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Hold 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Rest. 2. 2, 3. 1, 2. 2. 1, 2, 3. 2. 2. 1, 2, 3. 2. 2. 2, 3. 1, 2. 3, 1, 2, hold 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, rest.